No question, the cannabis industry is ahead of almost every other industry because of its general youth and purebred entrepreneurship. I love starting with the macro and then going into the micro. You know, my college friends are gonna laugh their asses off that I'm on the cover of your magazine because literally their 4-year quest in college was to get me to smoke a blunt with them, right? So this is unbelievably deja vu for me. I grew up not drinking beer or wine or alcohol, yet I became an unbelievable expert at 15, 17, 19, 21, 23 on the consumer of that product, right? So it's unbelievable to me in the macro that it's so obvious that the cannabis industry is heading in an incredibly interesting consumer place over the next half century. And I'm not in a rush to make predictions or know everything just yet because this is a real marathon for me. I'm 42 years old and I think that some of my most intriguing thoughts or observations or accomplishments within the industry literally may happen in 30 or 40 years. Like, I genuinely believe with my heart and soul that cannabis is a far better thing for so many human beings than a lot of the things that are legal in the United States, right? On a federal level. No, actually I think cannabis, from my observation early on, is really good at it because you have such young entrepreneurs who are native to that communication. I think the platforms, Facebook, Google, and such, don't let them advertise in all the ways they wish they could. But actually, I think the cannabis industry is going to be the teacher of innovation to a lot of, I view the cannabis industry the way I view Procter & Gamble and Coca-Cola, consumer packaged goods. And I think that from, obviously depending on what happens at a federal, state level, but I think they're going to innovate and show I'm very comfortable making this prediction. In 2040, cannabis companies are gonna be the ones influencing the way diapers and tires and soda and shampoo is being sold. Well, again, they can't run the paid advertising on Facebook and YouTube that I want them to, so it's about influencer marketing and organic creative within the Facebooks, Instagram, Snapchats of the world, the end. And I'll say this again, no question, the cannabis industry is ahead of almost every other industry because of its general youth and purebred entrepreneurship. I think you and I share this, and I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I'm aware of a lot of the people that are in the industry and that my voice is uniquely beneficial to this industry because you have an enormous amount of people in the industry right now that are so obnoxiously short term, right? That you want your forefathers to be good, right? Because then you have a healthier industry. And so it's funny, I look at emerging markets, whether it's, the emerging gambling market that we're gonna see because of the Supreme Court ruling, cryptocurrency, cannabis. What happens in these markets is oftentimes you get, 3 to 4% pioneers and 96% hucksters, right? And there's an obnoxious amount of hucksters in the cannabis industry now. A, because they just love smoking weed and they think they're gonna be fucking the Mark Zuckerberg of weed, or two, because they see it as like a trend and they wanna like cash in fast. To me, it's very simple. It's as simple as this. Life is actually a marathon. Wouldn't it be a good idea to train for a marathon? Short-term thinking. And this industry is, in the same way that the cannabis industry over-indexes on really progressive marketing, it also over-indexes on unbelievable impatience and way too many people doing it for the lifestyle, not for the business. There's two things that aren't happening to your question. One, there's just not enough people creating. They're not doing. They're not fucking working. Right. And number two, they're being too ideological and romantic instead of speaking truths. I'm one of the most popular entrepreneurs in our current society, no question. Like, super proud of that accomplishment. I also find it intriguing that I'm probably the one that talks most about the shortcomings of entrepreneurship and how many fake entrepreneurs there are, I'm not getting high on my own supply.
You're not?
I'm not. You know, I think I'm being critical and thoughtful about the game. And I think that one of the things I see in the cannabis industry is that no matter what conversation I have with somebody about it, they're on team cannabis without seeing any other part of it, right? It's like it's blind buy-in. So what I would say is more work and more articles and audio and video output and more authentic conversations. Like what are you like actually thinking, not what's in the best, like do you know how many people are just saying things that are in the best financial interest of them in the short term? I'm so proud of you guys because it's very hard to be in an industry that's this young and not just become the press release for the people in it. But what you're actually gonna do is actually bring value to it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, my creative curiosity, my entrepreneurial curiosity, and the fact that I know I can bring real tangible value to this industry is the only reason you and I are talking right now.